Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So yesterday in the last class we have learned about the exception handling, and today we need to learn like about the file input and output. Okay. File input and output. Okay. The thing is like the input and file input and output is the process of interacting with the file stored on your computer. Okay, in programmatically we can say the input means it's a reading. Input means it's a reading, and output means it's a writing. Okay, the file input and output is the process of interacting with the file stored uh, in your computer. Okay, in programmatically the input means it's a reading, like extracting the data from a file into our program. Okay, and the output means sending the data from your program into the file. Imagine, so imagine a file as a digital notebook. Okay, if you want to use the information in the notebook, you need to open it, read it and close it. Okay, the similarly if you want to add the notes to notebook, you must open it, write on it and close it. So this is regarding the file input and output. Okay, so why we need this file input and output? Okay, the file input and output helps developers to store the retrieve the data efficiently. Okay, the first thing is a data persistent. Data persistence. Okay, so without file input output, your program data disappear when it stopped running. Okay, the file input and output ensure the data is stored permanently. For example, saving user preference or game progress, like that. Okay, the second thing is the data sharing. Okay, the data sharing in the sense the files are the universal way to share the data between the application. Okay, for instance, one program can generate a report as a file, the another program can read it. The data sharing, so file are universal way to share the data between the application. For instance, the one program can generate generate the report the file, and another program can read it. Okay, for example, exporting the data as a CSV file. Okay, and a CSV file for the Excel or JSON file for the API. Okay, so third thing, the large scale data handling. The large scale data handling. Okay, so here the files allow you to work with the vast amount of data, and that cannot be stored in the computer memory. The computer memory in the sense it's a RAM. Okay, for example, reading the large log files or writing the thousands of records to the database back, backup file, we can say. Okay, these are the three things we need, that file input and output. It's a very important. Okay, the next thing we need to learn, the kind of when and where is the file input output used. Okay, next thing, when and where. Okay, the file input and output is the used in the virtual every real world application. Okay, for example, you can take the web web development. Okay, so here we can see the solving and retrieving the configuration settings, and second thing we can say that storing the logs of user activity. For example, a blog platform storing the article in the in file before the publishing. Okay, and second thing we can say regarding that games, like gaming. Okay, so here we can saving the checkpoints and high scores or inventory lists. Okay, for example, a chess game, saving the board state, so you can resume later also. Okay, a third thing we can say it's a banking application. Okay, so here we can see the generating the monthly bank statement as a PDF file. Okay, and storing the transaction as a log securely. Okay, for example, you can see that exporting this transaction history as a CSV file. Okay, so we have so many things regarding that, when to use and where to use. Okay, these are the three basic things we have learned. Okay, so we need to understand the file input and output workflow. Okay, the basic workflow need to understand the workflow about file input and output. Okay, so basic workflow of the working with a file can be divided into three tasks. The first thing we can say, the thing is the open file. Okay, the open file, open the file. Okay, so open the file and just decide what you want to do with the file. Okay, the first thing here we can see the read data from it. Okay, and second thing, write a new data to it. Write a new data to it. Okay, a third thing, we need to append the data to it without deleting the existing content. Okay, so this is regarding the open file. Okay, so we can code for this open file actually. Okay, so here Java. Okay, this is our main. So we need to import some libraries. Import java.io file. Okay, the second thing, we need to use the file reader also. Okay, the file reader. And third thing, we need to import the input output exceptions. IO exceptions. Okay, so we need to create a file object for this specified file. The first thing, we need to create the file object for specified file. The file a new, then file, you can give the example dot txt. Okay, so we need to do one thing here. So we need to use the try catch block method for the exception purpose. Okay, so I will use the try. Inside try I will add that file reader. So before that I will create a one more reference to use the use the multiple times. Okay, the file reader. So by default I will make this one as a null. file reader. By default I will make as a null, and now here I will open the file using the file reader for the reading. Okay, this file reader I will take the file reader and a new file reader and the file. Okay, so this is for open the file using the file reader. For reading the, you can now use the file reader to read the data from the file. Okay, so we will check. Try. So we need to add catch also. Catch. So we use that IO exception to T. Okay, here we will print that we need to handle the potential input output exceptions such as file not found. Okay, e dot print stack trace. Okay, so finally in one we need to add, we need to ensure that the file is closed after the reading. Okay, so before that we need to check without finally this code is working or not. Okay, file reader, it's not taking. Okay, 1 minute, cannot find something. Really words. I will open in VS Code. Okay. File reader. Okay, we are getting some file reader error. File reader cannot be resolved to the variable Java. Since we need to fix this one. So here it's our file. We have trying to create the file object for specified file. So next thing there is extra equal to. Okay, got it. So we don't need that one. Okay, here file not found exceptions, and there is no such file in the directory. Okay, so we'll check here, run. So here also we are getting the same output. exceptions, no such file directory. Okay, so we need to create one file here. That file name is example.txt. Add something. Okay, now we will run that code. Why it's throwing the file not found exceptions? Need to check. File not exception. Why it's coming like this? Okay, line number, it's file reader, file input stream. Okay, leave it. I will fix this one later. I will explain that code actually. Here we'll complete that code. In the finally I will add those things here. The finally I will add, suppose if the file reader is not equal to null, that file reader is not equal to null, then we need to close reader.
So that file should be capital letter.
So which one?
Line number 11. File reader equals to new file reader.
No, that one our the reference we are taking from here. You mean that one means we will try once. Not sure for that thing. You mean this one, no? We need to make as a capital F.
No, sir. 11. Line number 11.
11 only, no? Here. Line number 11, where it is?
File should be capital letter. F should be capital.
Like this one. Are you able to see my screen? Like you mean this one?
Yes, sir.
No, here the same error will be. 1 minute, I will close, add this function. We'll check once. No, because of here we have created the reference for that things for that as adding the file either, but here we need to check either deprecated, otherwise we need to check as using the debug skill. Okay, so here I will add, complete the code actually, try, and here catch. I will add that IO exception. We need to handle the potential exceptions while closing the file. Okay, here I will add that print stacks trace, this one. Okay. This is the same thing, we are getting the error. I will fix and let you know regarding this. So for that I will explain the code here. The first thing, the line number 7, okay, is a file object creation. Okay, in our Java, so like here, like we create the file object to represent the file, like you want to work with, you want to work with, and this object points to the file, this example.txt, okay, on your system, and you need to create this object first before you can read or write the file. Okay, and next thing, regarding that, the opening the file. Okay, the opening the file in the sense this one. Okay, so here to read the file using that, file, like you can use that file reader, and this class basically the file reader is the class. This class is used to read the text files, meaning like it reads the content as character. Okay, and create the file reader by passing the file. Okay, so this file we are here, like we are passing this file. Okay, okay, by passing the file object to it. Okay, if the file does not exist, okay, or there is an issue opening it, okay, the Java will throw an error called IO exceptions. Okay, in the exception handling, in Java, so you have to handle any errors in the sense exceptions that might happen when working with files, like the file not being found. Okay, in the IO exceptions is the error that you must either catch in your code or declare that your method could cause it. Okay, and you can catch it using the try catch block. Okay, we have took that try catch here. Okay, for the closing the file. Okay, so we have used that file reader dot close. Okay, so like here, you must manually close the file when you are done with it. Okay, and this is important to avoid any memory or resource problem. Okay, and you do this in a finally block. Okay, and which the ensure it happens even if an error occurs while working with the file. Okay, and the first thing why we need this file reader in the sense. Okay, we use the file reader when reading the text files. Okay, if you need to work with the like file that contain the other type of data like images or videos, you would use some file input stream instead. Okay, and 1 minute I will try one more times. The error is, we'll check in. So here file not. So here, what is that error? The error is file not found exception. So here this file does exist. Okay, then so here we need to check some. There is no hint for that thing, so you need to place inside the. Okay, we need to add, like we need to add the path actually. So we need to ensure that we need to create a file named as an example. So we have created here the file. 1 minute, I will share my screen entire. You will get something. Screen. Now are you able to see my screen?
No, sir. Yes, sir. No, yes, sir.
No?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, are you guys able to see my visual like VS Code?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we have that example .txt here. Okay, in the same directory where the program as a class, like the class like .java we have. Okay, and we need to specify the correct file path in this thing. Okay, so we have the example.txt, that null. We have imported the right file, the file header file and IO exceptions, and we'll copy that code here. The file header, the new file header file. Will run once. So it's not taking away, it's showing the file not found exceptions. There is no directory in the sense we need to check. Path name find. So this is our path. Okay, I'll leave it. This one I will fix today, and I'll let you know tomorrow. Okay, the next thing regarding that like perform the file operations. Perform the file operation. Perform the okay. This one is done. Perform the file operation. Perform the file operation. Okay, so we need to use the appropriate method to read and write and append the data. Okay, for example we can use that like one example I will give for that thing. The content, we need to use that file dot read. Okay, we need to read the file content, then we need to print. Okay, so this is a simple thing. So if you want to code in the Java, so we need to import those things, the file reader, and for the perform the file operation, so we need one more library that's called like buffer reader, like buffer reader. Okay, I will code that one, and if it is not execute, then we will fix it tomorrow only. Okay, so here we need to import some things, otherwise I will create here. Okay, I will import first of all java.io file reader. reader, buffered reader for the perform the file operation, and third thing is the IO exceptions. Okay, now I will do one thing here. So I will create a this is the file. So we need to import that file also. File new. Here will add that example dot txt, and here I will create one more reference for the buffer reader. Buffer reader as a null. Okay, I need to use the try, and here I will create a buffer reader to read the files. Okay, the reader is equal to new buffer reader, and that thing new file reader. Okay, so to create the buffer reader to read the file. Okay, so now we need to read the file line by line. Okay, so I will add the loop line by line, in the sense we need to add the loop for that thing. Okay, here we need to read the line by line, in the sense we need to use that content is equal to something regarding that. But content, in the sense it's a string, so we will define the data type as a string and content, and here we will check the content equal to reader dot read line is not equal to null. So then here we need to print that line. System dot out dot println, we need to print that line. Okay, in the catch method, IO exceptions, and e. So here I will print that get message. Okay, handle the any, like you can handle any error here. Okay, system dot out dot println. So here we'll add that e dot get message. Okay, the thing is copy this one and paste here, check. So what are the new things here? The content, we'll check once. What we are getting the error, that's example dot text, no such file direction. We'll clean this one. We'll check one more time. Okay, this we need to try in the Chrome master. Okay, not this is printing. example dot txt is not getting the value from the something went wrong. This thing is correct. So the output is our example dot is no such file directory. The file name is example. Do I need to check that? Oh, sorry. That example. Example dot tx. Now I will check that thing. Okay. So now we are able to read the particular thing here. Okay, so you guys can see here. Okay, so you can see guys here we have that content, this one in that example dot tsx. I will add that hello world here, hello world. Okay, I will rerun and will check that mean dot java. So you can see we can read the content from the file. Okay, so this is regarding the reading. Okay, so here in the code purpose I will explain here. Okay, so here the file reader class is used to read the content of file character by character. Okay, and it provides a basic way to read text file in the Java. Okay, basically the buffer reader, the class and is used to read the file line by line, which is more efficient when when working with the text files. Okay, and it reads the large chunks of data into the buffer and then process it the line by line using the read line. You can say here the read line. Okay, so read line method. Okay, and this improve the performance compared to the reading the file character by character. Okay, the IO exceptions is basically the exception that error if there are issues will while reading the file, then such as that file not being found, or it will throw the readers. Okay, and so in the finally blocks we need to give some the reader dot close. Actually we ensure that the buffer reader closed after the use. Okay, in the finally I will use here finally that finally the reader dot close. Okay, it's showing some error. I will use the try catch method. Okay, if the reader is not equal to null, then I will add that reader here. Okay, so here I will add the catch method. So here I owe that exceptional. Okay, I will print that method assert e dot get message. So we'll check once here. Okay, so we are getting that hello world from the example.text, and finally we have closing the reader file. Okay, and the next thing, so we need to learn regarding that writing purpose. Okay, so this is regarding the reading. This is regarding the reading. We are able to read the file. So now we need to write something on the file actually. Okay, so now we need something like a file writer library. Okay, instead of buffer reader we need a file writer. Okay, file writer. Okay, and we need that exceptions and file, and we don't need that file reader. Okay, so here we have the main function, and we need to use that file example.txt, and instead of buffer reader we need to use that file reader, file writer, file writer, and I will use that writer. I need to use that writer here. Okay, in the try catch method, so we need to use the file reader instead of buffer reader. Okay, here we need to use we need to create the file reader object is in append mode. We need to give the file and boolean is true. Okay, and here we need to write something on the file. Okay, I will write writer dot write. So here I will add here we can write the content to the file. Okay, I will print that this one content return to the file, content return to a file. Okay, so we don't need this because we don't need to read things, the exceptions. So we are handling that any input output errors in the finally. So here like we are closing the file writer to free resource. Okay, and here yeah, this is also same, we need to check. So now you can see in the example.txt we have the hello world. Okay, I will run that code. Successfully, I will check in the file. Okay, you can see after hello world we have the happy new year. Okay, so using that file writer, so we can add, like we can add the new content also to the file. Okay, this is regarding the writing. Okay, so here I will explain that code actually. Yeah, so here this is our main okay, here this is our main file object creation. In this step, so we create a file object that represent the file we like intend to write to, and the file object points to the that example.tsx, which is target file. Okay, if the file does not exist, then it will be created when we attempt to the write to it. Okay, unlike other programming languages that open file directly. Okay, in Java requires some explicit the file object. So for that thing we have imported from the library. Okay, and that file object to interact with the file system. Okay, in the file writer, so basically in the file writer, this one you can see the yeah, this one, the file writer, the class is used to write the character based data to file. Okay, in this case we initialize it with the file object, and that points to the example.txt. Okay, and the second parameter, there is a true. Okay, the true is passed to the file writer constructor, which tells the Java to open the file in append mode. Okay, and this ensures that the any new data returned to the file will be added to the end of the file. Okay, rather than overwriting the existing content. Okay, and next point, suppose if we omit this parameter or set to the false, the file will be the overwritten each time we write the code, write to it, if we make the false, okay, instead of true. Okay, the next thing, so here we have here we have printed that here we have printed the content written out to the file. Okay, so writing the data to the file. Okay, here we use the write there is a write method. Okay, you can see this one is the write method. Okay, of a file writer, that class to add the data to file, and this method writes the specified string to the file. Okay, and the string here we have added that happy new year is written into the file. Okay, and that new line string. Okay, suppose if we want to make in the next line, so we can use that slash and n, reverse slash and n. 1 minute, I will complete that one. Okay, I will run the code and will check that file. I can see the file. It's not working. Why? Okay, leave it, we'll do later. Okay, and the next thing, the exception handling, the IO exception handling. So IO exception handling, basically that is type of the exception that may occur during that operation, such as if the file cannot be opened, write to, or closed properly. So for that thing, so we have added that IO exceptions. Okay, and finally block. So here we have your close, try to close that closing that writer file, like writer. Okay, so this is regarding that writer actually. So we need to we don't know, so why this approach is important basically. Okay, this approach ensures that the data is returned to the file in the controlled and efficient manner. Okay, and using the append mode that helps to maintain the integrity of the existing data. Okay, while exception handlings guarantee that potential errors are managed effectively. Okay, and the next thing we can see this one, closing the file return error, the properly ensure that no resource are left open, or preventing the potential resource leak that could affect the performance of the application. Okay, and third thing, we have seen that close the file. Okay, and the closing the file ensure the system resource are freed up, and changes are saved. Okay, so write dot close, basically the close the writer, file writer or buffer writer, to free the resource. Okay, the for the close method is used to release any system of resource the associated with the file or stream. Okay, such as that file writer or buffer writer. Okay, so when you working with the file of streams, okay, the data that data often that buffered in the memory before the it is actually returned to the file. Okay, the calling that close method ensure that any remaining data in the buffer, okay, in the return to the file. Okay, the additionally it closes the file. Okay, releasing the file handle back to operating system. Okay, and basically this allows other process or a program to the access to the file without any conflict. Okay, for this thing we are using the close method. Okay, so like for the resource management, the close method is essential in the Java to prevent the resource leaks. Okay, if the file is not closed properly, it could cause the various problem. Okay, the first problem I can say it's the file locks. The second thing is the memory issues. Okay, these are the two issues for the resource management. For that thing we need to use the close method. Okay, now we have some file methods. 1 minute. The file method. Okay, so when the opening the file and you specify the mode to tell the program how to interact with it. Okay, some common modes are there actually. There is a R in the sense we need to read only mode by default. Okay, and W in the sense we need to write the mode, like overwritten the file if it is exist. Okay, and A in the sense it's a append mode and adds the data to the end of the file. Okay, we have one more thing, it's R plus. Okay, and you read and read plus write mode. Okay, and one more thing, there is a W and B. Okay, here we can write the write mode for the binary papers in the files in the binary files in the sense it's images, the PNG file like that. Okay, so this is regarding that file input and output. So that one code I will check and let you know tomorrow, this one, and that we have able to read the file and write the file and close the file. Okay, and this thing I will let you know tomorrow. Okay, I'm audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so are you guys understand this file input and output, why we are using the input and output? What about Priyanka?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, I don't understand this file input and output. So why we are using the things?
Sir, actually, I lost my network in middle of the class.
Okay, sorry. Okay, what about Pritham and Yuvraj?
Yes, sir. A little bit.
Okay, what about Yuvraj?
Sir, little bit only.
Okay, so basically there is a file input and output workflow. There is a three things: open the file. Okay, and next in the read, write, and close. These are the three things we can see in the file input and output. Okay, so we will see one more time tomorrow, and I will fix this code actually. And the next the read and write and close, we are able to print that code. But this one I need to check actually, is that deprecated or is that working? I need to check I will try to debug and check and let you know. Okay, and are you guys able to push the code to the GitHub?
Yes, sir.
What about you, Raj?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what about Priyanka?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then please share your that report, like that GitHub links. Okay, we'll check once. Okay, and let you know. Okay, and tomorrow we will cover this all file input, output, and multi-threading. Okay, if you have any doubt on this thing, so
Okay,
please
sir.
ask me, okay?
In how many days finish Java, sir?
So we have left the basic part, it's the multi-threading apart from this file input and output. So after that we'll go to the we'll go to the HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So we need 2 more class, okay, regarding that multi-threading and file input or output. And you guys
Yes, sir.
need to follow those things which I sent in group actually. Those are very important. Apart from that thing, so some more assignments are there, so I will send you, okay. And please solve those problems and push into your GitHub and send me the link of your GitHub, okay. Got it?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, what about Priyanka?
Yeah, sir.
Okay then, thank you.